Well, I'm here in Santa Clara at Jack in the Box at 911 East El Camino at what may be the loudest Jack in the Box that I've ever been to. Why say anything when you can shout it? But maybe this is something to shout about. In the past, I really have liked the biscuits that they had at Jack in the Box, and they just came out with the Cheddar Biscuits. Well, I really wanted to try this because it was a dreary, overcast, lousy day. And I thought, wow, that is just like the East Coast where they have Cheddar Bay biscuits with cheddar. So they have two versions of it for 6.50. It's not even in the app yet. It's not even at national rollout. One has bacon, one has sausage. Not sure which I've got first, but let's take a look at it. It's not very big, but it's kind of big. Let's take a look. All right, so the first one that I have is the bacon one. Let's take the top off. All right, so this has American cheese on it. It looks like it's not as good as the cheddar cheese that they had on the steak burger. I actually ate several of the steak burgers because they had big good coupons for them, but I did like them a lot. You get a full egg. You get a couple pieces. It's fragrant. You can actually smell the bacon. So let's give it a try. The biscuits definitely feel very substantial, a little bit squishy. Usually theirs are a little squishy. And good smell. You can smell the cheese a little bit. This is supposed to have real cheddar cheese in it. At least here it's 2 for $6.50. It could be cheaper in your area. I'm in super expensive California. What's nice about this is that it doesn't have fake egg. It's a real egg in there, which has a different texture than a lot of the fake eggs or the pre-mixed eggs like you have at McDonald's. You can definitely taste the bacon. The American cheese flavor doesn't really penetrate the bun. I would say that they needed to use like a sharp cheddar to go in the biscuit. But the biscuits themselves are actually pretty good. I would say they're roughly on par with Wendy's, but still not as good as Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. just has the real biscuits. They really do. Let's eat a little more. I like that. Of course, I wish I had twice or three times as much bacon on there. They really didn't have a lot of bacon. So they got a demerit for not enough bacon. But it was pretty good. And the biscuits, I like them better than some of the other ones because they're not mealy and they don't fall apart in your hands easily. They're a little spongy. So they're more like essentially like a pan bread. A little more spongy, but still a biscuit. And I think it actually makes for a better biscuit. It's actually the same kinds of biscuits I make at home. Now we're going to try the sausage one. Let's take a look at this sausage one. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You can tell they used one of those rings to make you a perfectly round egg in there. It's got a good smell. You can really smell the sage, so I'm looking forward to eating this. Let's give it a try. I do actually like the sausage. I kind of wish that the seasoning was stronger. It's not as strong as, like, say, the sausage seasoning. The sausage seasoning for my burnt sacrifice country sausage mix. I'm the manufacturer of that. But I like eating everything. I like trying. I want to see what other people's visions are for food, even if the vision's crap. Sometimes it's interesting. Sometimes you learn something from it or whatever. The sausage flavor is nice because it doesn't have like a lousy, like sometimes there's a kind of a really cheap, lousy sage flavor. It just like knocks it off. It's like some 50 cent a box mix that you have for stuffing or something, right? It's just, off-putting. This is a little more restrained, a little more sophisticated, so I do like that. Again, the biscuits are kind of the star of the show, but I'm going to give them a demerit. You really can't taste the cheese. You can't taste the cheese, even though they're actually good biscuits. So I'm getting another bite here. Now the Carl's Jr. biscuits, by contrast, are more flaky. They fall apart. This is like a halfway between an English muffin, a little bit, and a biscuit. So, but it actually really works for the application because you don't want to go driving down the road eating your biscuit and it's all over the front of your shirt. You want it to hold together. And this does that very well. So I think it's actually pretty good. So I, Bishop Stan, your favorite internet food review bishop, am ready to render a verdict. I actually think that these are pretty good. I think that I would encourage you to get them. The only thing I wish that they would give is that I wish that they would give like maybe some jelly packets or something. And the jelly they have here is not very good. And they don't have honey or anything like that. The one thing I'm going to try next is the chicken and egg one. And I actually think that that could be good. So like I said, I'm ready to render a verdict. I'm going to give this an A-. I actually think it's pretty good, and I encourage you to get it if you like biscuit-type breakfasts. I mean, really, it's in between B plus and A-, right? I mean, that's where it is. But I would say that it's an A- to an A for value. They're $3 each. It's a real egg. It's not a bunch of gunk colored yellow from a mix. It's a whole real egg that you got on there. So I think for that reason. Now, I am the judge, but you are the jury. So what did you think? Did you try it? Do you even like biscuit breakfasts? Leave a comment. I want to read what you have to say. And everybody, I want to remind you to stay godly.